Looks like it's time, so let's go. Hello. Hi, Jen. I feel like it's been so long. Here's my scissors. How are you doing? I'm gonna do a couple of repours for a set of commission dice, and then I'm open to I have one set that I want to make, and then oh, hi Omar. You have Bard Brain Rot. Oh, D&D's canceled tomorrow. That's unfortunate, but I feel like, to be fair, how's the because you sent me the commission of your Bard, and it looks really cool. So I'm curious to see how all that stuff turns out. Just do some wiggles here, some happy wiggles. Yeah, that's fun. Also, hello, Omar. How are you? That's a lot of whiskey. I'll pull out my my ginger beer too. Heck yeah, wings. Cool. You share wings, please. Wings, please. Alright, so that's that. Okay, so I'm gonna lay out, I think, what I need for tonight. So, like I said, I'm gonna do a couple of repours for a couple of sets of dice. So for the set that had the skull, I don't know if you saw it before or not, but so this set has like a handmade bird skull in it. Kind of hard to see now that it's in the die. That's the problem with D20s, is it's hard to show off the inclusions. But for this set, and I've got a couple of other dice here. All the dice are going to be different. I have a few that I am going to repour. A couple of them I'm not going to do tonight, because I'm gonna redo the D20, so I need to make another skull, which I have not done yet. And then I have to wait for Monday to get dice. Why is that? Like when you can make it to the mail? Because let's see, what is today? Because I feel like they should. They have pretty fast shipping usually. But yeah, I hope you like them. Like I think I mentioned, I can't remember if I mentioned to you or not. Like, it's nerve-wracking doing commissions because I'm trying to get something exactly how someone wants it. Oh, it's when they're scheduled together. Okay, cool. I hadn't actually looked, so that makes sense. You're a few states away. But no, it's kind of nerve-wracking doing commissions because it's like I'm trying to get something exactly how someone wants it, and it was almost more nerve-wracking doing your commission because I didn't even have your expectations to go off of, if that makes sense. Little wings with fries and ranch and green up onions. Ooh, that sounds yummy. I had pasta for dinner. Okay. So the reports, I'm going to do the D12, which I didn't actually get to last time. It should be fairly simple. The D10. So I had this D10. Has a little moon in there. And it has a feather in there, which you can't really see because the resin's so dark. If I hold it up to the light, I can kind of barely see it if I get the angle just right. And so I'm going to try and redo this, but maybe with some dice are good and you're going to eat them. Yeah, that's true. Jen has seen your dice. But we're going to redo this. Same colors, but we're going to add some gold foil in there, and hopefully that will help make the feather show up because it'll be kind of like a lighter background to it. So we're going to do that. Do I want to do gold foil or gold? We're going to do, I think, the mix of the gold and copper. I do like this mix. It's so pretty. Only Omar's allowed to eat his dice. I feel like that's like the rule of getting dice. Okay, so there's that, and I do actually have a moon that I can use for that one. Cause I think I like the small moon. I think that the small moon's kind of cute. And I think it worked out better than the large moon over here, which kind of got completely obfuscated. You can't even see it there. Yeah. Kind of rose up a little bit. So we'll do a small moon for that one again. I think that's kind of cute. With this and little pieces of feather, which I've got a bunch over here. I should probably make a little mixing cup for it though. Let's use this one. That works. So, well, here I'll just set that off to the side for now while I get everything figured out. So I've got the D12, D10, the D2. I'll show you how the D2 turned out before and why we're going to redo it. Over here, yes. So here's the D2 from before, and I like it. And it's just gold with a feather. There you go, it's just gold with a feather. It's just way too... Oh, sent a picture of wings. Mmm, delicious. Delicious commission dice. But... Huh? Yeah, okay. I think you guys are having a conversation, which means I'm very confused. But no, it turned out cool. It's way too bright compared to the other dice. Like, the gold is just so bright compared to everything else. So we're going to do something completely different for this. This is going over with a different mix of dice over there. Out of the way. Don't see it. I see it! So we're going to change... I did 2 D8s. I don't know why I'm sitting back down. I'm running back and forth. I did 2 D8s for this set. And so here's the 2, because we weren't sure which one. Oops, kind of hard to see. We weren't sure which design we wanted. And then of course the person ended up liking both of them. So what I'm going to do is they're going to have this D8, and then we're going to use this design, the kind of sparkly one, in the D2, although slightly changed. So I'm leaving that out for reference. And then actually, I want to do a set of dice, and I'm actually going to do it kind of based off of this commission, sort of. I'm going to do a full set of dice that kind of match. I'm going to do it the same way that I did this D4, because I just like the colors in this so much. There's like a dark purple, like a really light gold, and then like some black swirls and some wine color. I just really like the colors in it a lot. And it's so shimmery. So I'm going to do a full set. I'm going to do a full set like this. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, so let me make sure I have what I need. I have my planner out because I have my instructions for this commission set. That's the thing with the commission sets, where every die is different, is that like, I can't remember all of the little things. I'm over here like feather, gold flake, black ink. Okay, I've got that. I need feather pieces for this one. I think we're just going to take some fluff, kind of pull it off. I'm going to chop this up a little bit, because we kind of just want some smaller pieces. Yeah. We don't actually need too much, so that's probably enough. I actually do need to leave that out. So we want that, and that's going to have some of this foil. I'm just going to get this set up now while I have it out. Might as well get this stuff set up now. There's some gold, if I can get it to get off of my tweezers. And there's some gold and some copper. Yeah. I think that'll work out. If I can get it off of my tweezers, come on. Alright, probably don't need too much. Probably don't need too much of this, because it's just going into a D10, which is not like gigantic or anything. We want it to show up, but not ridiculously so. Okay, so we've got that. Oh, I feel like I should show you this too. I have my first completed keycap mold that I made yesterday. So we might try that out tonight too. just to see how well it works. But yeah, I have my first keycap mold. I'm excited for this. Hopefully I can get a bunch of these made, and then I can make a bunch of keycaps at once. So that's oh, and I also ordered more of the phone grip. Green apple smoothie. That sounds good. That sounds really good. Yeah, I ordered garlic parmesan. Garlic parmesan what? Like just garlic and parmesan, or like pasta or bread? Or wings. Ah. Okay. I was like, I thought you were eating wings. Okay, I've got that. The D2. They want a moon and a feather, but let's see. Oh, this moon might not actually be too bad of a size. I was thinking I might want a bigger one, but I think that's actually pretty good. Because we're going to have that, and then we're going to have a feather above it. So the moon's actually going to kind of show up on the back, and then the feather will be kind of on the front. And I'll probably ink it in like gold or something. That'll be nice. Cool. So we've actually got a moon for that as well. Cool. I'm going to close this back up and set this off to the side. And then I want a feather. Garlic parmesan wings are so good. I don't know if I've had garlic parmesan wings. I'm not huge, I don't know, I don't usually get wings though, I guess, to be fair. So much fluff everywhere. Fluff everywhere. Okay. There really is fluff everywhere. It just, okay. And stay there. Okay, so I was thinking I was going to need to cut another moon, but I don't think I need to, so I'm going to set that over there for now. Because that's that. I do need to get a feather for that one, though. So one that'll fit in there. And then I think we're also going to use this foil in there as well. That's going to have kind of 3 colors in it. It's going to be the same ones as this die, because this die actually has 3 colors in it, even if it's doesn't quite, maybe it doesn't show it all that well. But there's a very light pink on this end, and then there's a really dark wine color on this end. We're going to try and get a little bit more of that dark wine and that light pink in there, I think, this time. So it's not quite just pink, like that bright pink in the middle. And we're going to not use the iridescent flakes this time. So we've got our colors there. Let's get the feather figured out for that. And then I'll have all of, I think, my inclusions done, which will make things much easier. These dice are for a character. I'd have to ask if they're cool with me showing off the art. Probably are, but just saying here. Get this the right length. I think right there. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. But no, they're based off of a character. I think the character might be like a necromancer type character, but they're a I think they're a Kenku. Yeah, it's someone's character. So they're just getting a set of commission dice to go with their character. Their D&D character. That's always kind of fun. It's always fun getting character art from folks and trying to match things to it. It's just like, I don't know, something fun. I like having a visual reference, I guess, or just some sort of reference. That's one of my favorite things. So I have I have 4 different places that I like post photos of my dice and stuff. There's Twitter, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, and then also on Tumblr. Oh, you're getting set for your Stormforged Cleric. Oh, cool. I look forward to seeing how those turn out. Or are you commissioning a set, or are you just getting like buying a set that you think matches? Because that was always my thing. I always told myself that I could get a new set of dice for each new character of mine. That's part of the reason I didn't have like a ridiculous amount of dice, to be honest. is because I was just like, okay, I can only get another set when I have a long-term character that I'm going to be playing. Now I just make them, so you know. Let's get this maybe a little bit more down to size. Oh, you commissioned from a friend. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd love to see photos and stuff when you get them. Because that'll be cool. I was gonna say though, I see this the most on Tumblr, which is why I'm going to mention it. But I love when one of my favorite things is when I post pictures of a set of dice that I have made, and someone like tags them as a character name that is obviously like their D&D character or their OC. Like there's just something about having made something that people are just like, yes, I want to tie this to something that matters to me. It's just like so, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know. It's just, there's a certain sense of like, not pride, well pride, but like, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but it's just like, it's such an honor, I guess, to create something that's tied to something that people care about. And that's part of the reason that I like commissions, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before, but yeah, there we go. I think that'll fit in there just fine. So we've got a feather to go in there. Could actually maybe be a little bit shorter, but that's okay. Wings review, I think I should have gotten a sauce, but still good. 7.5 out of 10. Alright, that's a solid review. Okay, so there we go. We've got our feather, we've got our moon. Let me mark that off. Moon, feather pieces. Okay, I think we've actually got all of our pieces for those then. Green apple smoothie, it is green and apple. Texture, 8.5 out of 10. Well, it's higher than the wings, so I mean that's something. I must admit, I've had like green apple like slushies and stuff before. I don't know if I've ever had a green apple smoothie. I feel like that this review is 10 out of 10. Okay. Right. So, there's a few things else that I wanted to get set up before we pour resin. You should just review things randomly. You should. I don't know why, but that would be... That always kind of amuses me when I see it some places. Like I've seen stuff before where people will just like give random not random reviews, but like they'll list a whole bunch of like characters from a thing and like review them on a scale of just like... There was one recently that was someone review our friendship. There's one recently I saw that was like someone listed a whole bunch of characters from a thing and then ranked them by how much they wanted to fist fight them. It was just very amusing. Just random reviews, just like 8 out of 10. I would lose, but I want to fight them, like things like that. Oh, that's my neighbor. Sorry about the thunking. Alright, my neighbor also does artwork, but he does like big metal working sculpture things. Omar, very bonkable, a joy to get messages from. I lament not catching every stream. Sword holder, 10,000 out of 10. Sword buddies. Okay. I think we've got these figured out. I'll need to grab some more containers for this, for the various colors. And this. Okay. Just thinking here about what all I need. I think I want to do gonna try doing these. 2, 4. What am I missing? Just a second here. Where's my D12? Oh, it's over here. What's it doing over here? I made some blank inserts of sprinkles. And so I want to put them into the molds, and I think I'll try and do that tonight, because that won't take very much resin. So we'll try and do those. I may or may not do, I have 2 extra D20s. I may do those as well. Yes, and I think I also want to do some mushroom necklaces, because I need some more of those. So I'll grab some molds, and I'll grab the things for that as well. So I think I have some, yeah, I have some mushrooms here. They might be a little bit big, hopefully not. So we'll get those set up as well. And I think I have a few of the other kind of mushroom. I might not have any of the mushroom trios. Let me pull this out. What is this? Oh, yes. I have a tray of random stuff here. Okay. Ah! I'm also dumping everything out here, apparently. Oh, I really should do this set at some point. I made a whole bunch more cactuses at one point. Let's see if it'll find it. A whole bunch of just little cactuses. I should do another desert set. Okay. Yeah, I think I have quite a few that are this kind, but I could probably use some more of the lighter colored ones. These are maybe slightly the wrong color. That's okay. So let's do one of the trio ones. I don't know why I always do these in like sets of 3, but I feel like I do. I always do like 3 at a time. Probably could do more at a time, but maybe I'll do 4. I could do 2 of each. 2 of those and 2 trios. Because I need more of both of those. I have some of these ones, like I said. I have some of these. So let's do 2 trios. Those 2 are about the same height. 3 is a nice number. It is a nice number. It is a good number. It's just arbitrary. It's just a very arbitrary number. Oh baby, that's shrooms. But yeah, I should do another set of desert dice. That's actually why I got this stuff, which is technically for doing like dioramas and stuff, but I figured I could cut it like into very, very small tiny pieces and use it kind of like desert grasses. Alright, let's put these up and away. Oh, baby, that's Jen. Oh, baby, that's Omar. Okay, I'm not gonna do this the whole time. That will just lead to I don't know what. Far too much commit to the bit. Never. Please, you think I'm any good at improv? No. Really not. I feel like maybe I've gotten better at it, but I invoke the power of the bit. No, I won't do it. I won't do it. Even though I like cats. Oh, baby, that's cats. Okay, so we'll do those. Let me grab some molds. Peer pressure, peer pressure. So let me grab. I'm just gonna grab a set of molds for these. And a D4. And The trick is to say things Liz likes. Yeah, and then I can't help myself. It's true. It's very true. Sad but true. It's tea. It's black tea. I would not be nearly this coherent if this was all whiskey. It's only partially whiskey. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Also because it's true. It's it's black tea. Maybe whiskey would help my throat though, I don't know. Yeah, I've had a sore throat for a while now. I caught it from my brother. I don't know what it is exactly. Well, let's not use our brand new one for this. Yeah, it's weird. Suspicious eyes. No, but yeah, I've had a sore throat for a couple of weeks now. My brother also had a sore throat for a couple of weeks, so I must have caught it from him, but I don't know what the cause of it is. It's just a sore throat. It's kind of weird. D4 and D2. Okay. I've got those. Got our sprinkle ones all set up and ready to go. Yeah. You keep your suspicious shifty eyes to, yeah. Keep them over there. And then I want to set for a dirty pour. And I think I used to do dirty pours with the highest number up because the one that's up often ends up being a little bit different from the rest. But now I do the highest number down because I feel like that side always turns out looking better. So I don't know. I don't actually need this out anymore because I had it out dirty of pour. Oh yeah, did you not see? I'm gonna do a full set of dice like this that uses, so this was part of that commission I'm working on. I'm gonna do a full set of dice that have these the dark purple and wine and the like gold shimmer and like some black. Yeah, because I really like how this looks, so I want to do just a full set of these. A pour of the dirty variety. It is a scandalous pour. oh no, I want them. Yeah. That's the fun thing about commissions sometimes is it's just like, oh, that's pretty. I should make more of those. I always feel a little bit weird copying like commission designs. Just slap Jen's hand like, no, stop it. No dice. No dice. But at the same time, it's just like, oh, they are still kind of my designs. Okay. Depends on what they are, too. For something like that, where it's just like a dirty pour with certain colors. Yeah, I can't. I have hyperfixated on my bard and bought art. That's fair. It's always dangerous. Jen is single-handedly keeping. That one didn't actually have copper in it. I don't actually have the set down here anymore that has the copper in it. Oh man, that one's upstairs because it's on my sanding thing. But I do have a set that's like dark greens and teals and copper. I could do so. I have all sorts of little. I will dream of it at night. I do think I have enough. I'll have enough resin for one more set of dice. Let me grab the molds out for that. I do think I'll have enough resin for one more set of dice. So I am open to ideas. I mentioned last time, like, I'd be interested in trying to do a dirty pour with this pearl color, because I haven't actually tried that. I've tried it with the copper, and it looks really cool. But I haven't tried it with just this pearlescent color. So I'd be kind of interested in trying a dirty pour with it and maybe a different color. But I don't know what I want to do for that last set of dice. I didn't plan that. Where did that D10 go? Huh, weird. I had a D10 mold out, I thought. Emerald. Oh, do this in like, oh, a dark green. Ooh, what if we went for like a jade sort of look, maybe? So maybe you did like a white resin with like green and pearl on the outside, either on the outside or yeah, I'll need to think. Maybe I'll put some gold or something in there too. I don't know. Where did that mold go? I had a D10 mold that I had moved to the side because I didn't want to use it for. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. That one I just pulled out today, so it's nice and. Ooh! Hi, NeQuest Forever. I'm assuming it's NeQuest, like you're part of the knights that say knee. I do like pink. That's fair. But I mean, I always use pink because I like pink. Yeah, I'm a big teal's probably my favorite color, so you know I am partial to that. Make sure I have all of my molds. Why did I grab two? Oh, why did I grab 2d6s? Okay. I had debated doing pink. To be fair, actually, here, you know what? Let's look. I'm gonna look at the dice. This is something that I'll do sometimes. I'll look at the dice that I have made, and let's see what color I don't have a lot of yet. So here's September. I already have figured out. Because for dice releases, I usually try to do a mix of colors. So here, you guys are getting sneak peeks. I usually try to do kind of a mix. So there's October and November. I do have kind of like this yellow and pink for November. Sneak peeks. I do have like this yellow and pink already lined up for November, and this is kind of spoilers, Omar, but not really, because this was one of the failed ones that I did for your set that I ended up not liking, so I didn't use it. But a blue and pink set. So we could do, I think green, like we already have a green set lined up for October, but I don't have a green set for November yet. So maybe green. To be fair, I don't have a pink set for October yet. I'm gonna have a couple of orange sets that are gonna be in there that I'm working on. I'm gonna do some I have some blank inserts. I'm gonna paint them to look, they're orange, and I'm gonna paint them to look like little jack-o'-lanterns. That's my plan anyway. But yeah, so we could do a pink set maybe for October, or a green set for November. Funny glitter. What do you mean by funny glitter? Why do I separate them in months? To be fair, that's something fairly new. Part of it was because I just had a big, like just like one container of all of the sets of dice, and it was getting kind of full. But part of it was because I wanted to separate out I do monthly updates for my store. So I wanted to kind of separate out which ones, because I wasn't going to be able to get all of them done for the next update, just because of polishing time and all that sort of stuff. So I wanted to figure out which ones I wanted for the next update, because I like to do a mix of colors. You know, I don't want them all to just be pink dice, although I did a lot of pink and purple dice this last update. But I want like a mix of designs and colors and stuff for the update. And so I wanted to separate those ones to figure out which sets I wanted to do. And then I just ended up kind of separating everything else out too a little bit. I also have one over here for December and one for 2022. Because some of the ones that I've done, it's just like, this would be good for a specific holiday. So like I have some fate dice over there that are like pink and have hearts in them. I'm like, these would be good for February. Let's do these in February. So I put them in my 2022 box. Just stuff, little things like that. But no, that's a recent thing. I used to just kind of have my box and then ones that I was planning to do for the next month. But this way I can kind of have an idea of what I have made already too. Well, part of it was because of the what was I gonna say? Halloween too, because I wanted to get kind of Halloween dice made, and so I wanted to put them in a separate location just so I knew where all of my Halloween themed dice were for October. And then I just continued doing it. But I don't know, things probably get swapped around as I get more things made, just make random things. I'll be like, I think I want to actually put these dice here in this month, maybe a different set in a different month. It's very loose, but helps me keep track of like how much I have created and ready to go. Let's see here. So we have our set here for that dirty pour. I'm missing a D4. Just a second. All right, there we go. Like I have the wrong number here. Okay, that's gonna be for the dirty pour with kind of that light gold and the purple and the wine color. Set those off to the side here for now. I was debating. Oh no, that's for that. Yeah. So we have one thing left, and I was thinking maybe of doing something kind of jade themed. I'm gonna look up a photo of jade. What does jade look like? So it's very green. Yeah, I could see like green and green. I could see the green and the pearl being good for jade. I think maybe we'll do like. To be sure, this might end up looking really similar to a different set that I have coming up. It has copper in it. I don't know. Like I said, I am open to ideas for that last set of dice. So we'll figure that last set of dice out as we go. If anybody has ideas while I'm thinking on that, and if you guys have any ideas you want to come up with, I'm going to start putting together these necklaces. So I have little mushroom necklaces that are in my shop, but I think I'm out of the red ones that have the little red mushrooms that I've made out of polymer clay, and also the ones that have the little trio of mushrooms. And so I'm going to make some more of those. Let's see. So I have kind of a way that I do all of these. They all have kind of the same format except for the mushroom. And it starts off with some dirt. This isn't actually dirt. It looks like dirt, but this is actually coffee grounds. I probably could use dirt. I just had coffee grounds and they work well for it, so I've continued to use coffee grounds. I don't know how actual dirt would compare. I feel like maybe this ends up... I was playing a game. What's this about dice ideas? I'm looking for, I haven't decided on the last set of dice that I'm going to make tonight. So if you have ideas for a set of dice, I am open to them. My leading idea at the moment is making a set that looks kind of like jade, but I'm open to other ideas. I kind of want to try out this pearl mixative maybe in a dirty pour, but whoops, I'm not married to the idea. So if you have a different idea that's completely unrelated to that, that's fine too. Okay, so now I have just a little bit, let's see if I can get it so you can see. Just a little bit down in the very bottom of this crystal point. Yeah, these are all shaped like crystals. They look like, well, not even that one. Well, fine. They look kind of like this. Ooh, made a set that looks like blue ceramic. Ooh, that's cool. Made a die. That's fair. But still, that's cool. I do follow on social media one place that makes ceramic dice, which is kind of cool. Like they make their dice out of ceramic. Alright, next up is a little bit of moss. I have kind of like this really kind of fine moss. It's very small. I'm going to break off some little tiny pieces and kind of put that in there as almost like a grass or a moss as a base. And this is going to help keep the mushroom in the right spot and cover up the transition from the dirt to the mushroom. That's part of the reason for the dirt in the bottom too, is so that you don't just have like the bottom. Bye, Jen! Oh, okay, cool. So you don't just see like the random bottom of the, I know, you're gonna go draw stuff. I still see you. She can't get away. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't want it to just, that's kind of a thing with like jewelry, well, art probably in general, but jewelry and stuff is you almost don't want to have just sharp ends. I don't mean that from like a physical comfort standpoint, but like just making something look finished. You want it to have finished ends to it, otherwise it'll make the piece look unfinished in general. So I want to have some sort of transition between something to ground and end the bottom of the mushroom. So we're going to add some more moss into all of these. And just a little bit at a time. So what have you guys been up to? Done anything fun recently? What have I been up to? Let's see. I'm a very boring person. Let's see. What have I been doing? I think I mentioned it, but I think we're going to do some painting on Saturday. That's not like what I've been up to, but just thinking about it. To be fair, the way I got there was I was thinking about Minecraft, because I've been playing Minecraft. I was thinking that not this Saturday, but maybe next Saturday we'll play some Minecraft. Because I like Minecraft, it's fun. I can't get my moss to stay down. I might need a little bit more moss in there. But let's see, arts and crafts wise. To be fair, I haven't done as much of the like artsy side of things the past couple of days because I've been sanding a whole bunch. Which is good because I think I'm going to get everything Minecraft. Depending on how fast things polish, I think I'm going to get everything done that I wanted to get done for the next shop update, so that'll be good. I did come to the realization, I realized a couple of days ago that assuming that a set of dice takes me 4 hours to make, which is honestly about right. I timed it at one point, and at a minimum it takes 3 hours. So we'll say 4 hours, including like packaging and some of the other little incidental things, cleanup and that sort of thing. But assuming that it takes me 4 hours to make a set of dice, making 10 sets of dice is a full week's work. Like, that's not including doing anything else, but because that's 40 hours for 10 sets of dice. And it's just like, oh, that's actually like quite a bit of time. Just kind of a weird thing to think about. I usually only end up making like 10 sets of dice a month. I'm thinking that's about my limit. And to be fair, that's not even because of me, that's because of polishing. I think polishing might still be my bottleneck. Because the way that I polish my dice is I put them into a tumbler with some plastic polish and hardwood medium, and I tumble them for quite a while. Probably like a week and a half. That would be my guess for how long it takes. I leave them in there for a while. I might need to change out some of the what's the word I'm looking for? The medium in there. It might be getting a little bit old, which might be part of the reason that it's taking so long. But anyways, I leave them in there for like a week and a half, so that takes some time. I'm debating if I want to get a third tumbler. I got a second one recently so that I can speed things up. I'm now debating whether I want to get a third or not. The only thing that's holding me back is that if I got a third one, it means I'd have to sand even more, which I mean is a good thing, but at the same time it's just like, oh man, I don't want to do more sanding. I did a bunch of sanding yesterday and today. That's pretty much what I did today. It was kind of I don't know, it was a weird day today. I had a tree cut down in my backyard. I guess that's what I've been up to. I had a tree cut down in my backyard. I don't know what I'm going to do. The trunk is still there and it is gigantic. So I'm going to need to figure out how to get rid of that. But so I was kind of distracted today because I wanted to be available in case they needed anything. So I did my social media stuff this morning. Yeah, the roots are difficult to remove. I'm not too worried about the stump. Did I say stump? I meant the trunk. Sure, I'll take some hard-boiled eggs. Maybe an egg salad sandwich. That sounds good. Thanks. If you could just ship that to me. Oh man, I would not want to get an egg salad sandwich in the mail. That would be terrible. Maybe get a gardener to do that. Yeah, to be fair, I might just leave the stump there. But yeah, no, I have the giant trunk itself sitting in my backyard, and it is gigantic. It's cut off, but it's gigantic. Put it on dry ice. Okay, cool. It'll be carbonated then too. Okay. Put that away. Put these in the molds. But yeah, I might gift it to someone who works with wood. Yeah, I was talking to my neighbor yesterday because I was like, hey, can I use your driveway maybe to help them get the truck back in there? Because my backyard is kind of funky. It has kind of like 2 levels to it, which is kind of, my house is very inconvenient for moving anything in or out of it. And that includes the yard. Oh, come on, get in there. But yeah, I was talking to my neighbor yesterday. I was like, hey, can we use that? But and he was talking about someone local who might be interested in it. But I think I need to go look at it. It might have some rot in it, which is part of the reason I had it cut down. It was very lopsided and it was old and had some rot in it. So I don't know that they'd be interested in it. So yeah, I'll have to figure that out. I might get a second opinion and stuff. I figure my dad knows more about that than I do. He might know some people too. My dad's actually a woodshop teacher, so he might know some folks that'd be interested. Alright, let's see here. But yeah, that is a good idea, because, you know, if someone wants it, then maybe I can convince them to come pick it up too. Is an AC island? What do you mean an AC island? Air conditioning? My backyard does not have air conditioning, no. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, my yard's very strange. I have Animal Crossings. Oh, you know, it might as well be. It might as well be. It's probably about as easy to, it might be, well, it's easier to move stuff around in Animal Crossings. Let's be real here. Yeah, you know, I feel like I only read AC as air conditioning. Just had that realization. Man, it's been so long since I've played. Which Animal Crossing game? I was just about to say, I'm assuming that's a question for Not Name Brand. I was just gonna say, it's been so long since I've played Animal Crossings, because I didn't play the version that came out on the Switch. I have fond memories though of back when I had a Nintendo DS, playing it on that, as like a kid. I feel like that that shows my age. Just like, to be fair, I guess my brother had a Game Boy, but that's... I've never been a big gamer. My brother's always been the video game one. Actually, to be fair, New Leaf was really good. Was that the new one that came out recently? No, that was New Horizons, wasn't it? I don't, like I said, I don't know. I just know the one that I played as a child on the Nintendo DS. Okay, got those set up. Oh, okay, New Leaf was the DS one. All right. Yeah, I remember having fun with that. It stressed me out after a while though, because like you didn't play for a long time. You got lots of weeds. You got like lots of weeds on your island, and then it was just like difficult to clean up. So I would play, and then I would just get like stressed out by that and stop playing. Okay. Okay, we've got those ready. We've got that ready. And the roaches too. Yeah. I guess that's maybe my one complaint, is that like it's a game that like you should be able to play not what's the word I'm looking for? Not relaxedly, but like it seems like a game that you should be able to like set down and pick back up just as you want something to do. But then like it punishes you for not playing for a long period of time. It's just like I'm gonna open my ginger beer, because that sounds good. Okay, so I think we have everything. Oh, I forgot about that. We've got everything set up except for that last set of dice, which I am still taking. If people have ideas, I am open to ideas. They got rid of Rossetti. Is that the mole guy that came out and got mad if you quit without saving? Or was that someone else? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna try and do, unless anybody wants to cut in with a different idea, which again, I'm open to other ideas. I think I'm gonna try and do like a jade sort of set of dice. Yeah. Let me pull out all my different green colors. I think we'll do maybe like a really light green as like the base color, like almost white. And then we'll do a couple drops of the green and a drop of the pearl as kind of the outside colors. I'm thinking maybe white. I've done green and transparent before. Here, I can show you. And it just didn't quite turn out how I was going for. Like, it didn't end up looking nearly as swirled as I would have liked it to. I think part of that's just how I poured it. No, come on. Like, you can kind of see a little bit of the swirls in there, but it didn't end up with very many swirls. So I think I'm gonna do white or a very light green. I don't know. I feel like it works out well if I have some sort of either an opaque back color or I use an opaque white ink with the colors, and then it kind of coats the outside and makes it opaque. But you know, it's something that we could try. I think I want these. Okay. It's always fun to experiment though. Like that set with the green was kind of an experiment, because I was just like, well, what happens if I just do the inks without anything opaque? It's like, it kind of turned out. Kind of wasn't what I was going for, but It's something. I'm debating if I want to finish those ones matte, maybe, so make it so they're not shiny. I don't know. We'll see how that looks. Let's see here. Do I have 2D? I've ended up with 2D6s. Just a second here. I need this one. Okay, D10 instead. That might be useful. Oh wait, I've already grabbed a D10. What am I missing here? D10, D10. I'm missing my D8. That's what I'm missing. There's my D8. So do you do any arts and crafts stuff, Nee? Nee Quest? I am saying that correctly, right? It is like the nights that say Nee. So we're gonna do that with kind of jade. Alright. So we'll do, I think, mix those together, and then we'll do drops of these on the outside. Let me grab. Oh, well that's cool though. I'm always just curious to see what people are working on. I don't know. I tend to think of streaming as like everyone's like, it's kind of like art classes where it's just like everyone's sitting around and chatting while working on projects. That's what I don't watch a ton of streams, but when I do, it's usually kind of like in the background while I'm working on something else. Either that or I'm like actively chatting with people, like because I know them or something like that. Same here. Yeah. There's something nice about not having to find, like, I don't know. I watch more YouTube videos than streams. I'll put that out there. Okay, we'll mix this in here and then we'll use this to pour. But there's something nice about like putting on a stream and like not having to worry about switching things around and figuring out what you're gonna watch next and all that sort of stuff. It's just like, it's long form, it's usually kind of chill, it's just something to have on in the background. Okay, these ones I need 3 different, okay, so I'm going to be making 3 different colors here for the D2, and I think I actually have, yeah, I still have the cups from doing this, so let's just use those again. Okay. And I'm going to be using the same color in this set as well, and in that. Okay, I'm figuring out what I need where. I think I'm actually going to end up mixing. Oh, debating how I'm going to separate this, because I'm going to be making a mix of like this purple and this red. It makes a nice, really, it's hard to see here, but it'll make a really dark wine color. And I want to use that in a D10 here, a D2, and in a set over here. So I'm debating if I want to mix up one big thing of it, and then kind of divvy it up, because some of them are going to have different things in it. Yeah, or if I want to try and mix them all separately. So I think I want to do one container of that. I'll do that in here. So that's actually going to be where I mix up my wine color, and then I will divvy it up into these other locations. So this one. Yeah, no, I guess today kind of ended up being a chores day. Not like a chores day, but like a work that needed to get done that wasn't this work. Because I had the tree being cut down, and then I ran to the local like tire place because one of my tires was looking kind of flat. It's fine. It's luckily fine. They went and took a look at it and filled it back up with air. But so I was just kind of running around today, trying to get things figured out. But I did get some things sanded, so that's good. I'm debating whether I'm gonna go sand some more things after the stream. I'll go play Minecraft. I might film it. I have some ideas for that. Other people are getting kind of bored, so I'm on a server with like 4 other people. Just some friends. I don't play a lot of video games. The only one that I've actually streamed is Minecraft, because I got into it fairly recently. I like building things. I might stream that, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Because this Saturday I think I'm going to stream some painting, because I really like painting. But I don't know, I always feel weird streaming games, because I feel like it's not what I normally do, so it's going to catch people off guard. And I don't want to like just throw people for a loop. But I still stream Minecraft because I like playing Minecraft. I've only done it a couple of times though. Put those over here for now. So that's going to be these 3 colors. So I'm going to have my rose and my pink, and then one's going to be a mix of colors, or a mix of these 2 colors, but I'm going to do a big thing of that because I'm going to be using it in 3 different things. So it's going to go in there, it's going to go in here, here, and then it's going to go into these dice as well. Cool. All right. Speaking of this set, I'm going to want to do some dark, like a dark purple. Yeah, I don't know. I've debated trying to add like another day that I stream to do stuff that's not arts and crafts, maybe. But one, I don't know what I would do. I guess we could do some games because I do enjoy games. I don't know. I don't usually do like the fast-paced games though. I'm more like a puzzle games kind of person. I like Minecraft because I like building things. But also I don't know that I have the time to add another day to stream. Most of my days are fairly, like, I don't know, I have kind of a flexible schedule because I'm working for myself, but at the same time, like, I have certain social engagements that are like weekly. I have kind of like a weekly game night with some friends that's why my Saturday stream changed times. I used to do it at the same time as this, and now I do it at noon Pacific Standard Time. And that's so that I can meet up with some friends for dinner and board games. I would do that almost every week. That's gonna be these colors. Okay. Where was I going with this? We need this, and then we'll use this because this looks like it was used for the dirty pour last time. I could stream board games. I play more like board games and stuff. I like playing games with friends. I would actually like to play Among Us. I love hidden role games. That's kind of going out of style now, I think. That was very popular before, but man, I don't know. I like playing hidden role games. I love lying to my friends. It's so much fun. I don't know. I feel like I'm a fairly, this is going to sound terrible, I feel like I'm a fairly good liar. I feel like I'm fairly good at hidden role games, but I don't know. I'd have to get it, but that'd be fun to play. We could have a Discord game of Among Us. Just folks from Inside. It's an indie game and you found it amazing. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Let me make a note of this because I do like puzzle games. Indie puzzle game. Okay, I will look that up. If I played Limbo? No, I haven't. Is that another good puzzle game? Like I said, I like puzzle games, but I don't play a lot of games, so. Oh, same makers. Is this one of the ones where I should play Limbo first? Does it matter the order in which I play them? Or, like, you know, is there a reason that I should play Limbo before Inside? Or does it matter the order? Okay. Not really. Order doesn't affect it. Okay. Wasn't sure if there was like a continuous storyline or something. They're two different stories. Oh, okay. Okay. That works out. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Use that for that. Alright, let's get our pigments our powdered pigments all put where we want them. Powdered pigments put where we want them. Alright. We'll see if I have some extra resin, and if I do, I'll do these D20s as well. These are just blank inserts with sprinkles. Spronkles. Not seeing any spoilers for Inside. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Is it like atmospheric horror type stuff, or? To be fair, if I don't want spoilers, that's fine. That's fine. What was it doing? Okay, I think we're just doing this. That's kind of a strange thing. Like, I don't like scary things. I don't like scary movies. I don't like scary games. But then, like, at the same time, I like atmospheric. Okay, I was gonna say, like, I don't like things that are scary, but I do like atmospheric horror and like things that are creepy and unsettling. So that sounds right up my alley. Maybe I'll have to get that and play that. Do you ever hear a half phrase and just start singing a song based off of it? Dude, I am always singing. When I'm not on stream, I am singing. So yes, I was known as that kid in school that was always singing. Like, much to the chagrin of the people. Is chagrin the right word? Is that? But anyway, like to the annoyance of the people around me. Yeah, I've yes. I ever hear half a phrase? Yes. You say that like you think I can be quiet. Okay, we're going to do, this is like, it looks kind of white on camera, and it is, but then if you get it at the right angle, and it's very hard to show on camera, it shimmers gold. So with the darker colors, it will look lighter, but then like it'll have that dark background that'll make it just really pop gold. But I think we need, let me think about how much I need here. So I want to do about probably 10 milliliters of this, 10 milliliters of, probably about 10 milliliters each one. Maybe like 15 of this one and 7.5 of the other. So I definitely want a little bit more of this. This stuff's pretty potent though. I said let's get, and then started thinking, and you were like physical, yeah. Let's get physical. Yeah. I also get just like specific, I get songs stuck in my head. Hi, Bosun! How are you doing, Bosun? There's my ideas person. You're not, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully things can get a little bit better. Uh-oh. I hope things work out. That's always not fun. Alright, let's see here. Well, you want to come up with some dice ideas for me and get your mind off of it? I'm still taking suggestions for the last set of dice. I have kind of an idea. I'm thinking of doing kind of a jade set, but I'm not stuck on that. So I'm open to other ideas. We're gonna do a dirty pour with some gold shimmery stuff. Ooh, jade. Okay, maybe I will go with the jade. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm just making sure I have all of my pigments. So this, oh wait, that's, yes, okay. This one I want some of this and hold. Forest green and brown. Ooh, that might be nice. Astrology dice, like a forest. I do like that idea, Nequest. I'm gonna write that down. I think I'm gonna do the jade ones tonight. But I'm gonna make a note of green and brown forest dice. Forest dice. We'll do those. We'll try that at some point. I do like that idea. What are you thinking for astrology dice, Bosun? Like with the little symbols in it? The little symbols? I don't think I've done, oh, like the color feel. Oh, okay. A different set of dice for each sign, or are you talking about like a set of dice that's kind of for just astrology as a concept? I guess that's what I'm wondering too. Spell dice for the dice of, ooh, that's for me to say. Fair. Spell dice for the dice have the components for spells in the player's handbook. That's a fun idea. That could be fun to do, like damage dice, like do a set of oh, like what is it for fireball? Is it D6s for fireball? And then do like the spell components for fireball in the D6s type thing. I can't remember if it's D6s or not. Sulfur. To be fair, you can't smell it, but these glow-in-the-dark powders, a couple of them smell so strongly of sulfur. A couple of them are just, I think it's a couple of the red and orange ones. They glow really, really bright, but boy do they smell like eggs. Yeah, it smells so strongly of eggs. You have a big chunk of salt. Oh, that's cool. It's kind of like yellowish, right? Kind of a yellowish stone. So yellow, yeah. But boy, does sulfur smell. It smells like eggs. It smells like eggs. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of gold shimmer here. I don't actually want too much. I just want the barest amount of gold shimmer. All right, egg. Oh, I'm glad I could remind you, Omar. Yes, you have eggs that you were either cooking or are cooking. Man, my parents have a story. So I grew up with my parents playing MMORPGs. Like I grew up with them playing EverQuest and WoW, and you know some of those. And it was, I don't know, I always enjoyed watching them play games like that. I don't know, there's something fun about it. Oh, you were just waiting for the water to fill. Oh, that's good. But they have a story. I don't know if they were in a raid or what. But they put water. Oh, nice. Perfect timing. I don't know what exactly they were doing, but they put water on for tea and forgot about it and completely melted a kettle to the stove. And so from that point on, we always had a whistling kettle. Like, always had a whistling kettle, so that they could tell when the water was ready. No more slagged kettles on the stove. That's a weird thing. I'm now moving to a completely different topic. Well, not completely different. I feel like I've seen stuff where like people assume that Americans don't know what a kettle is. Like, is it just me that grew up with always having a tea kettle on the stove? Like that just was always there on the stove? Like my parents still have a tea kettle that just lives on the stove. Like the back left burner just always has a kettle sitting on it. You have some fur from your last dog. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd do that. I would absolutely do that. I think that's all I need of these. I think that's all I need of that, because I have that there, and there. Okay. Yeah, that was, you have a kettle? Okay, so it's not just me. Yeah, I don't know, I've heard stories of people, like, microwaving a mug of water, and I'm just like, but why don't you just have, to be fair, now I have an electric kettle, to be fair. Like, I don't have just I don't even have a kettle that goes on the stove. I have one that is, like, electric. But, you know. That. Cool, I've got the moon, feather. Heathery? Or are you trying to say heathens? That's gonna be that. Yes, okay. Okay. I hope you know, Omar, that I now have Let's Get Physical stuck in my head. Oh, I haven't listened to Alice Isn't Dead. I should. That one's been around for a while. There's a lot of podcasts that I should listen to. That's one of them. Is Welcome to Night Vale still going? That one's been around for years. Yes? Yes, you've listened to Alice Isn't Dead? Or yes, Welcome to Night Vale is still going? It's so good I should 11 out of 10 make dice better? Okay. I'll have to go watch that. Go listen to that. I should catch up on the Penumbra podcast too. I like that one as well. I think I have. Oh yes, you got a song stuck in my head. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Here, I'll make a note of that too. Dungeon Dads? What? Alice did I should listen to that. I don't know, I tend to get like fixated on one thing at a time and then I can't think about anything else. Oh, Dungeons and Daddies. That's another one that I've been thinking of looking up. I saw someone made like an animatic or actually someone made an animation, I think, for a scene from Dungeons and Daddies, and it was really funny. You start drying flowers. True. I mean, yeah, if you had, to be fair, if you wanted like flowers that you dried and some of your dog's fur together, like, could do something like that. That might be a cool kind of memorial piece. I think I have everything where I need it. Let me take a last swig of my ginger beer there. Let me just run through everything one last time to make sure I have everything where I need it. Those are going to be clear. Oh, I do have, I mentioned this earlier, I have my first ever keycap mold all ready to go. I didn't actually think about what I wanted to put in here, but I might do the same sort of dirty pour as this one, because I think that would look pretty. I think it look party. I like those colors. So we'll put that over there. Hopefully I have enough resin, but I think I should. I'm so close to having enough crystals too. A set of chunk d20s that have a crit, hit, crit, fail table built into the 20 and the 1. What do you mean? What do you mean by table? Dry leaves and a liquid core emergency tea dice. Man, I don't know how well that would hold up, but that'd be pretty funny. Okay, I think. Oh, here, let me grab stir sticks for everything. Make sure I have stir sticks for everything, and then we will be all set to go. Oh, let's use this one over here. Oh, kind of like a magic 8 ball. To be fair, a magic 8 ball, that is just a d20 in it. like the thing that when you shake it and the words come up, that's just a D20 on the inside. So you could just make a D20 that has all of the Magic 8 Ball sayings on it, because that's, I mean, you could just take a part of Magic 8 Ball, I suppose, and do that. Just use the thing up on the inside, but you could do that if you wanted to. Okay, let me move these over here because these also need to be clear. That one, that's going to be kind of a red violet. Oh, bonuses are demerits based on if you get a 20 or a 1. I guess I'm curious what kind of like phrases and stuff you would put on that. I'm not quite sure what you're thinking. What you thinking? Okay, I think we have everything we need now. Yes. All right, let me get my safety equipment here. I am gonna be here. Let me grab my stuff. Oh, by the way, I looked into the silicone gloves that you sent me a link for, Omar, and like all the ones that I found, it sounds like they're silicones that are reusable, but they don't bend very well. They're kind of stiff. So I just ordered another box of these. I might try, I said, at some point, but oh, so there's tables you can roll on if you get a crit hit or a crit fail, and it would just be things from that. Oh, okay. Put nitroglycerin. Oh gosh. You're my ideas person, but I appreciate someone who can brainstorm bad ideas. No, is nitroglycerin pretty stable? Yeah, it was a good idea. It was a good idea. Okay. I was just gonna fireball dice. I could put fireball whiskey. I could put fireball whiskey in a liquid core. That's something I could do. I have some upstairs. That might be kind of interesting, actually. I could do liquid core whiskey dice. I bet someone would love that. I bet there's someone that would love that. Huh. Yeah, and that would work out just fine. The alcohol would stay just fine. Maybe I'll have to do, let me make a note. I'm gonna make a note. Make a note of fireball, whiskey, liquid core dice. Yeah! I do like whiskey, but this is tea. This is tea. Yes, an old-fashioned is my drink of choice, okay? Oops. I'm not knock things around. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit muffled for the rest of the stream. We got to an idea. But yeah, I'm gonna be probably a little bit muffled. I'm gonna sound like this the rest of the stream, just so you know. Just so that I'm being safe. I want to be safe and make sure that I'm protecting myself. Do I want my sweater on? I'm debating if I'm gonna get cold or not. But, alright. Let me grab a mixing cup here. A set of fireball dice that has actual fireball whiskey in it, though, is a really fun idea. I like that. Your embarrassing Star Wars take? Go for it. I'd love to hear your embarrassing Star Wars take. Who's it embarrassing for? That's the real question. Is it embarrassing, like, Darth Maul? Sexy. Oh gosh. I mean, I can't say that I have an opinion one way or another, so I can't say no. But I'm sure other people in the chat can chime in on what they think. Let's see here. All right, let me grab my my resin here. So I'm going to go a little bit quiet as I pour this because I can't focus on talking and also pouring at the same time. I'm always happy to tell my story of why. I've told it many a time on stream, but yeah, give me just a second. Feel free to debate whether Darth Maul is sexy or not in the chat, and I will be right back. Right back. I guess the real question is, wait, what are we saying? There's no debate because everyone just agrees. I was gonna say, is there a particular reason? Because I feel like different people find different things sexy. So I'm wondering if there's like a particular reason. Is it just like sort of an element of danger, or I don't know. Cocktail dice? You can't say it in public. Valid. We're gonna make a set with all the fixings of whatever cocktail you're making. So like drink a cocktail while making a set of cocktail dice. It's the horns. It's okay. All right. Let me pour this part. Heck yeah! Poured that exactly right. You know, it's valid to say this character is sexy purely because I feel like they'd be good in bed. Like, that's valid. That's valid. I get you. Oh, well. I guess it helps that he's always horny, though. Hey! just okay. Yeah, alright. I feel like you guys might be surprised to know that I actually have a fairly crude sense of humor. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of characters from things that I find attractive now. I'm very aware. I mean, I know you have a crude sense of humor, but I mean, I've mentioned before, I'm just so rarely attracted to people, but there's characters that I've definitely found attractive. I'm trying to think of some though. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like even if I did think of one, I probably wouldn't share because it would just tell far too much about me in some way or another. I'm just wow, Bosun. Wow. Oh, my chat's just evolving into innuendo. Oh, you see what you should have used the command that I haven't gotten rid of, Omar, that just boos you off the stage. Ah, like an old-fashioned, right? Whiskey, liquid core, orange peel, sugar, and bitters. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to figure out how to represent some of those things, but that'd be kind of cool. I guess some of it is that, like, you know, for a, there we go. Whiskey-colored dice would be nice. I do have a set of, amber dice. They're not actually amber, but faux amber dice that, again, I don't have them down here because I sanded them earlier today. They're upstairs. But those are kind of that, like, amber color, I guess. I guess whiskey's kind of amber colored. But yeah, I could see that being nice. Could do like liquid core and then just that whiskey color and the rest of it. I do like the idea of doing like a cocktail set. The thing is, like, if I did that, whiskey, orange peel, sugar, bitters, that's only 4 things. So maybe I'd end up doing like a set of like 4 d6s or something. Although I don't actually have the stuff for liquid cores for d6s. Because normally I'd want to do 7 things, and I'd want them all to be different probably. Although wait, 4. Yeah. So I have the ones that I have need more complex cocktails. Yeah, I'd have to figure out ones that were like exactly 7 or 8 items. Bird feather dice. I mean, we're gonna be putting feather in a couple of today's. D6 ideas, yeah. Well, the thing with D6 is I can make this sets whatever number of D6s that I want. You know, I can do a set of 4 D6s or a set of 6 D6s. Teeth dice. Amusingly, I also have a set of dice that have feathers in them that are in the tumbler polishing right now. I think they're going to be, I'm going to call them like Raven Queen dice. The feathers, like you can't see them all that well because most of the die is like a black and a dark gold color, and there's just like little bits of the feather kind of peeking through. I have a tooth. I have many. I could probably make some I've made some out of polymer clay before. So I could make some that look like teeth. Yours is out of your head. I mean, yeah, that's, yeah. I think I must, do I have my wisdom teeth somewhere? Did I keep my wisdom teeth? I might have my wisdom teeth somewhere. If I don't, it's possible my mom does. I can't remember if I kept them or not. To be fair, I was fairly out of it after I got my wisdom teeth out, so. Wisdom save dice with your wisdom teeth in them. I mean, that's one of those things where I don't think I would use my wisdom teeth to make a set of dice to sell. But if someone wanted me to make dice with their wisdom teeth in it, I would do it. Oh! Hi, Scryer! How you doing? Thanks for the raid. What were you guys doing? You doing games or you doing arts and crafts? Hi, Hen Hen. Aha! Hello. We're coming up with dice ideas. At the moment, we're talking about making wisdom save dice with wisdom teeth in them, which may or may not be a good idea. You're watching an ad. Oh gosh. Well, let me know when the ad's done, and I can apologize. Doing what you're doing, but now with 10 times more glitter, 100 times more glitter. I mean, that's yeah. Yay! Okay. Yeah, sorry. I don't really control the ads. Wish I did, but I don't. But glad you could make it. You think it's a good idea? Yeah, no, we're discussing dice ideas. Not that you're here, Hen Hen. And the idea that we were discussing at the moment was making wisdom save dice out of wisdom teeth, or with wisdom teeth in them. So much glitter. Some say not enough. You'll fight the ads. You have the sword for it. Man, there's so many. I have so many moderators here. You guys are all just here hanging out. But that's. Oh, so did you get your pressure pot working, Scryer? What, Omar? What? I'm interested to hear what you have to say. But also, I know that Scryer was having problems with her pressure pot, so I want to know if that's up and running again. Dino-shaped sprinkles? Yes. Could do, yeah. I am going to be doing sprinkle dice. Oh, Long Island is 8 ingredients. There we go. That's an idea. Oh, that was another idea we were having, was liquid core dice with like whiskey in the liquid core. But I have these dice that have sprinkles in them. They're blank, and I'm going to put them into the actual dice. It's working well enough. Fair. Yeah, mine always loses like a little bit of air. But usually it's slow enough that things can still cure properly. Oh, yeah, that's probably smart. Hopefully you got it figured out. That's exciting, though. I'm excited to hear that you're making, oh, actually this is getting pretty close to done. I got distracted by chatting with people. I think we might actually be all mixed. But no, that's exciting that you're getting back to making dice. Have you... Don't drink the dice. You need blanks to use. Yeah, I know. I tried doing sprinkle dice before, and it didn't work out well because, like, they ended up sanding wrong. You weren't allowed to drink the alcohol ink. Oh, it's so sad. So sad. No alcohol ink for you. Also, thanks for following, Slenderman. I totally didn't mention that. I was distracted by the raid, but glad you could come hang out. Forbidden snack and beverage. Man, this is Tide Pods all over again. Are dice just like the crunchy version of Tide Pods? They're like the crunchy forbidden snack. Okay, I think this is good. Let me scrape the bottom and make sure there's no streaks in this. Alright, I think we're good. I'm gonna start off. Woo! Surrounded by children. I mean, fair. Tide Pod dice! That would be kind of fun, actually. The dice are better for you. That's maybe true. I am excitement, Scryer. I'm excited to see what you do. Let's see, what is today? Today's, I think yours are supposed to come in, what is the date today? Is it the 28th today? I think it's the 28th. Yeah, that might be, I feel like that would not be fun. It's Wednesday? Oh no, I meant the date, like, because I remember, it's the 28th, okay. Yeah, your dice I think are supposed to come in tomorrow, Scryer. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not. But I think it's supposed to come in tomorrow, because I think it was the 29th on the thing. For reference for folks that don't know, Scryer and I are doing a dice trade. But I've already shipped yours. You know days and dates. I feel like that would be uncomfortable, Bosun. I'm assuming Scryer does not know days and dates. So, you know, I should probably set up some sort of thing that so people can see all of the command options, because I have very strange commands. I should also set up more commands. I did add another one, but I think I've been saying I should get rid of it. I might get rid of it if it becomes an issue, because I literally made it because of Omar's bad jokes. Yeah, I don't have a thing set up for that. Not saying a word. I did change it, I think, so that anybody can do the Discord command now. I think I set it up so that anyone can do that now, if I remember correctly. So, because I don't know why I had it so that only moderators could do that. It was just unnecessary. My jokes are a great excuse. See, here we go. There we go. We can use the. There we go. I can show off the. There we go. There we go. I can use the command. But yeah, I probably should get rid of that, because I feel like that could be abused in some sort of way if someone doesn't realize it's a joke. It's one of those things where it's just like, hopefully the tone translates. I know that Omar knows the tone is joking there, but if someone uses it for someone who's new, you know. Who's on first? I don't know. Oh, I like how you typed I don't know the exact same time that I said I don't know. There's gonna be... What? What? Have you ever heard the Abbott and Costello bit, Hen Hen? It's a classic comedy bit. Who's on first? It's what's on like? I don't know's on third. No wait. I don't know. Is it I don't know on third? Oh, okay. Yeah. Apparently, my great grandfather was drinking buddies with, I think, Abbott of Abbott and Costello. Fun fact. But also, my great grandfather knew everybody, so it's not super surprising. Okay. So these ones I'm going to let some of the air rise to the surface. These are filling up with some resin. You just want some... Go make some tea then. If you want tea, make some tea. Tea is yummy. Okay, so let's do this one first, I think. try and get these done. So this one is just going to be clear, has a little bit of gold shimmer, has some gold foil, and then we're going to do some black ink in there as well. This is going to be a D12. Although now that I think about it, I want to put this feather in here. What is that? Is that just a circle? It just looks like a circle for me. Come on. That's our shortstop. Okay. Alright, so there we go. There's our feathers in there. I'm going to mix this up. I want this gold leaf to get turned into nice small flakes. Doesn't have to be super small flakes. Tea! Oh, is it like a... Huh. Does it show up as a teacup for other people? Because it literally just looks like a white circle for me. Oh, weird. I wonder why it didn't load for everybody. Okay. I might need a little bit more resin. I'm never quite sure with the D12s. So it's like a little bit more resin than I think, I feel like. It always ends up just being a little bit more. Huh. Yeah, on my streaming software, it showed up as a white circle, and then on Twitch, it just didn't show up at all. There's just a blank space. Alright, I'm gonna pour this into here. So this is it's just clear with some gold shimmer and some gold flake. I'm gonna fill it up part of the way, not all the way, because I'm gonna add a little bit of a black inky swirl in there. I think I will have just enough resin. That's great. So let me grab. You can see what we didn't. Horribly balanced, but it would be cool to put an hourglass in a chunky D20. Oh, with like actual sand and stuff. Yeah, that would be terribly balanced, but that would be really cool. I would agree with that. I don't actually want that much black ink. I put way too much black ink. Yeah, that would be very cool. Let me put the rest of this in, and then we'll swirl it up some more. I hate sand. Yeah, it just gets everywhere. Or are you making a reference? I'm not sure. I feel like that's a reference to something that I have forgotten. Okay. Excellent. And a little bit more. I want to add a little bit of extra resin so it's just a little bit domed. And then put a little bit on the lid as well. And that's so that when I put these in the pressure pot, all of the little tiny air bubbles, when they get squished down really, really small, there's a little bit of extra resin to fill in that space. So we'll set that off to the side for now. Normally, yeah, I was wondering if that you were doing a Star Wars thing, or if you just legitimately hate sand, because you know that's also valid. It gets everywhere. Alright, so we're going to set that off the side and let the bubbles work their way out of there, hopefully. Alright, moving on. Let's do this next. So this one, I'm going to be doing a mix of this in 3 different things. That's probably only going to need 5 milliliters. That one I want about 15, I believe. So that's about 20. And then 25. Ooh, hard-boiled eggs. Hard-boiled eggs are great. I'm like very lazy when it comes to food, which is, it's very nice that my brother lives with me because he's an excellent cook. But hard-boiled eggs are great because, like, I don't know, they're just, let me get that down to 60. They're just so, once you have them made, they're so easy and they're just like good. Like, it's just a nice quick snack that's yummy. I'll just take like a piece of bread and slather some mayonnaise on it and like cut up an egg, put it on it. Just good. Alright. I think I need just one more drop. Alright. So I think that's about as much as I want there. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's about right. So we're gonna make it eggs on toast. Can I offer you an egg in this trying time? Alright, we're mixing this purple. It's very, very dark. Mix in a drop of red. I might need to add another drop of red, we'll see. I don't quite remember how much red to how much purple I did last time. But both of these are very, very pigmented. Ooh. Actually, I might have it right the first time. Let's get it all mixed up and we'll see. Yeah, that's definitely kind of wine color. Maybe a little bit more on the purple side, I don't know. Let me get it as mixed as possible and I'll show you. If I can. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Cross-stitch dice using a blank insert. Are you saying like paint onto the blank insert or use some of that plastic material that you can cross-stitch onto and make some like... Okay. I should, yeah. I want to, I do want to use my blank inserts more. Egg dice! I mean, that's doable. Let's see if you can see the color. Kind of. It's kind of hard to see. It's so dark, it's hard to see on camera. You can kind of see how, like that red-purple, though. That's what we're going for. That red-purple color. Grape! It's maybe a little bit more wine-ish in person. Which is what we're going for. I'm debating if I want to add another drop of red or not, but I think it's good. I think it's a nice wine color. It's definitely purpley, but it is like on the red side of purpley. So, I think we'll call that good. We're going to call that good. So I want about 5 milliliters in here. I probably don't even need that much, actually. I'll do 2.5. And oh, that would be really cute. That'd be so doable too. Make a yellow insert and then half the dye is solid white and the other half is clear. That'd be cute. I could probably, alternatively, I could probably make some little half circles. I have something that I could use to make some little half circle or flat kind of circular domed molds. Maybe I'll do that, and I could just use those. Do like half yellow and then put that in there with the yellow, or put half white, put that in there with the yellow. Either way, that would work pretty well. Okay, that's that. Need it for this. This one is going to be D10, so I need about 5 for this. Okay, and I've got plenty of this left because I think I calculated that slightly wrong, but that's okay. Broken glass dice, use beetle wings for the broken glass. Oh, yeah. I feel like I could just use shards of other resin too for that. I feel like that could also be an option. Okay, I'm gonna let's see, that's gonna be that. This one I want about 15 of this. Trying to estimate how much. Yeah, okay, I'm doing okay. And then about 7.5 of this, I think. This is going to be the dark blue purple. Let me see how much resin I have left. Okay, I have about 40, so we're doing all right. Let's fill these in. These are the, these ones are just gonna have oh, actually, so I don't drop everything. Let me put some resin in here first, just so I have it. These won't take very much though. Okay, how much do I have left in it? That's pretty close to 30. So you know what? We might end up, the jade ones, we might end up doing as a set of fate dice, which is fine. Because they take a little bit less resin. So let's get these in there, and then we will figure out how much resin we have left. But hopefully this won't take too much resin. So I'm just going to put a little bit of clear resin into these, and then put the sprinkle blanks into the molds. Just get random little flecks of color out of there. I don't know what that's from. Okay. If we need to add a little bit more, we can. It really shouldn't take too much in these. But it's easiest, I think, to add a little bit first. I have found with the blank inserts an issue that I've had has been air has gotten trapped like in the numbers inside of the molds, and then once I put the blank inserts in, there's like no place for no way for resin to get to them. So that is an issue that I've had. So hopefully we don't have too much of that. Well, let's see if we can get these put in. I'm going to try and do it so that the kind of rougher sides are up, so that hopefully the resin can fill in there a little bit easier. There we go. Yeah, definitely needs more resin in there. I'm just going to kind of layer that on top and let it sit for a while and let the resin hopefully get down to the bottom. It's going to be a problem if it doesn't. So yeah, you can see air bubbles coming up to the surface, and that's exactly what I want. I want the air to rise. Alright, let's do this one. Okay, sorry, I was just thinking, I'm thinking about this keycap mold that I finally have. I'm very excited to try that. I was just thinking about whether I have enough resin over here for that. And I think I should. Because I do want to have, I don't think it'll take very much. You know, I'm excited if the keycap thing works out. I'm excited for that to work out, hopefully. Partially because I think I could make more of them than in a month than I can dice. I could definitely make more keycaps because there's a lot less of finishing required on them. I probably still throw them into my polishing tumbler, but they wouldn't need all of the sanding and the weighting and everything that dice require. So it'd be nice if I can get enough molds made. It'd be nice, hopefully, to, you know, what's the words I'm looking for? I'm bad with words. It'd be nice to get a bunch of those made. So I'm excited to try that out and see how it goes. I've made a single keycap before, and that was because I made a mold in order to then make a keycap to use to make molds, which sounds weird, but I had an escape key. I decided to start with that key shape because that seems like a popular spot for custom keycaps. But I took an escape key and I went and made a mold of that, and then I sanded it down so that like you couldn't see where it says escape and stuff, because that was a thing that you could see. And then I used that and that's what I'm now using to make these molds that are nice and shiny and clear. But it does mean that I have made, I guess, one keycap before. It's just that I made my master, basically. I made my master keycap. I have it over here. I can show it to you probably. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm using to make molds. Let's not get any resin on it because it's nice and clear. But let's see. I labeled it with the kind of key that it is. But it's nice and shiny. It's nice and shiny to be used as my master. Yeah, I think we're going to be making a set of fate dice. I don't know that we'll have enough resin to do a 7-piece set of dice, but we'll try doing a set of like jade fate dice. I think that'll be cool. So I'm going to use an air bubble in the 6 down here. This is going to need a little bit more resin, I can already tell. Maybe not that much resin, I may have just added too much. Alright. Yeah, I'm hoping this works out. I did have some kind of gaps and stuff in some of these blanks. So I didn't add quite enough resin. It's kind of hard to judge with the sprinkles how much air and stuff was trapped. So it didn't end up maybe perfect, but I'm hoping that they're good enough that I'm not going to end up with a whole bunch of like air bubbles trapped here. Alright. Let's see on the D4. Oh, that might actually work. I have a problem with the D4s. I think my blank D4 is just a little bit too big. I did sand it down a little bit today as well, so I'm hoping it's a better size when I make molds again. But it's just a little bit too big, and then the lid doesn't sit quite right. But I think I got this okay. Got it pretty okay. I was thinking about this earlier today. This is a complete non sequitur, which you should probably be used to at this point if you've ever been in one of my streams before, because my streams are entirely non sequiturs for the most part. But I was thinking about voice acting again earlier today. And for those who don't know, I did a voice acting course online while the pandemic was happening. Partially just to get my theater, I don't know, I wanted to do something acting related. And so I ended up doing that. And it was a lot of fun. I was not great at it. Actually, you know, I feel like I was pretty okay at the commercial stuff. I wasn't necessarily good at character stuff, which, to be fair, that's fine. The commercial stuff was also fun. But I was thinking about it earlier today, because I was like, I'm not great at this. I don't think I would ever do this as a career. But earlier today, I was like, you know, maybe I could do this as a career simply for the fact that I know that I can talk nonstop for 6 hours. Because I've streamed for 6 hours before. So it was one of those, yeah, I think we're going to do, yeah, we're going to do a set of fate dice with that. But let's get this poured first. This is going to be a D2 to go with a commission set. And we're going to put a moon into like the back of it. Oh, you know what? We might add that after I do the colors here. Let me get the colors that I want. So we have our kind of wine purpley red. Oh, you can see it a lot better in here. There's our kind of wine purpley red. A reddish purple. Well, yeah, and then we're going to do a nice bright pink. And we're going to do a much lighter pink. And we're going to kind of try and ombre it from the dark to the light. And let's mix these up. It's got a little bit of gold shimmer, a little bit of gold flake, and a little bit of copper flake to it. Not a ton, but just a little bit. Just for a little bit of pizzazz. Let's get the flake down in there. This is a very, very bright pink. I almost feel like it doesn't work, but I feel like once I have it with the other colors, it does work. I don't know. We'll see how it looks once it's actually in the mold. And quite a bit of this will be not covered up necessarily, but the focus I think will be more on the feather and the moon and stuff. So it's not going to be super important. Alright, so we have our 3 pink colors. You can kind of see. This one's maybe a little bit weird compared to I feel like these two match better, but it's fine. I'm going to put just a little bit down. Which way do I want to do this? We're going to do dark color here because this is kind of the bottom. It's not really a bottom and a top, but the logo kind of goes from this being the bottom to the other side being the top of the logo. And I like to put darker colors on the bottom usually because darker colors look heavier than lighter colors. And so if you have a darker color on the top of something, it looks unstable. Just fun little art tip right there. So it's usually advisable to put lighter color, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, of course. It's better to put like lighter colors on top because it'll make the whatever you're doing look more stable. Let's kind of mix these a little bit. Alright, let me put my moon in there. Squish that down. I have a little bit of clear resin on this moon so that it should be protected if I need to sand that side. And then we're going to put our feather here on top. Although now that I think about it, I might have done that backwards with the feather. That's okay. I'm gonna probably should have put this in before, but that's okay. Because now I have to try and squish this down into the resin. I should have put the resin on top. Oh well, that's okay. We can make this work. I'm gonna layer a little bit of resin, I think, on top of this, and that'll help hold things down a bit. There we go. Get it more saturated. Get it a little bit more saturated. Stop, stop, stop. Yeah, the little feather bits might overlap a little bit, or overhang a little bit. I think they'll be okay for. My only concern is the sanding. Because some materials, if they end up on like the edge and you end up having to sand it, it doesn't work quite right. I think the feathers may be fine enough that it'll be okay. But if we can get it so that I don't end up having to sand any of it, that would be good. So I'm trying to get it kind of down in the mold a little bit more. And I don't think I'm going to though. That's okay. A little bit more of the lighter pink up here at the top. And we'll put some on the lid as well. Try and get that ombre effect. The ombre effect I think is going to be lost a little bit because of the very dark feather. But it might still be cool. Might be able to see it a little bit. You can definitely see it on the lid. I'll show you just here in a second. You can definitely see the different colors and how dark they are on the lid. Yeah, you can definitely see the different colors there. Alright, let me set this off to the side. Got some pretty colors here. Oh, I forgot to grab the this thing here. The way that I do keychains is I have these little pins that have little flat ends on them, and then I will glue them into place, and then I'll put a little bit of resin over them to keep them there. Let me attach this real quick because I forgot. So, and we'll let that sit for a moment, and we're going to use some of that extra resin that kind of matches to cover this and keep it in place. We'll set that down there and let that dry for a moment, and then I'll probably put like this dark purpley color on top of it because it'll match. That's one of the colors that's already in there. All right. Got these, a little bit of extra. Alright, let's do this other one. So this one is also using this reddish purple color. I've got a little tiny moon for this one. I'm going to put it over on the D10 face, or on the 10 side, because my tweezers are all sticky. I can't get the moon to get off of my tweezers, so let's see if I can get that off. All right. I want that in kind of a place where it will be visible, because I don't want it like over the number. Alright, I think I have it kind of in the corner there, which is where I want it. This has some gold foil, and it has some like chunks of feather in it. Which maybe sounds a little bit weird, but the idea here is that the gold foil will help highlight the bits of feather in it. Oh my. Seems to be, I don't know if I want that big chunk of feather or not. We might try to avoid that unless we need it. I have some smaller chunks of feather here. I'm going to set this off to the side for now because it's a little bit goopy. I'm going to set that on the lid. But we've got some other little pieces of feather in there, along with our gold and copper foil. I'm wondering if I want more gold and copper foil. I'm trying to break this up into like smaller pieces. So I think that's probably more of what they're looking for. Alright, let's I'll put some of these feathery pieces in first. Maybe they'll actually go into the mold. I'm just kind of glooping things. Alright. Yeah. I don't know. Debating if I want more gold and copper. Hair stuck to my hand. Let's add maybe just one more big flake. There we go. We're going to mix that in. I got a bunch on this. Let's see if I can get that off. Okay. All right. Let me add that. Make it a little bit more glittery and shimmery. I don't know. It just seems like it could use a little bit more. I know that the person that's getting these likes foil as much as I do too. So you know, you can never have too much foil. I mean, you can, but you can't. Let's be real here. It's so pretty. I like. Man, you know, I should do more sets of dice that have like a mix of metal foils and like iridescent flakes. Because I really, this doesn't have the iridescent flakes, but I really like that combo. Like, I don't know, it just always ends up looking so pretty. And I like always forget about it whenever I'm sitting down to make a set of dice. I always forget about doing metal flakes and iridescent flakes. But I've done a couple of sets now that have them. And every time it's just like, ooh, that's so nice. I should do that again. Alright, let's get rid of this, our gloop of feather over here. I'm just going to set that off to the side. It can cure over here in a lump. A weird, feathery, dark lump. Alright, set this off to the side. And this one can start letting air bubbles right to the rest of the surface as well. I'm going to spritz these down. I have my rubbing alcohol right here. And it just breaks the surface tension, helps the bubbles to pop on the surface. Looks like some of these can use a little bit more clear. Here, I'll just bring this tray over so you can see. There's some big bubbles here on the top of the ones with the blank inserts. So I think a couple of these could use a little bit more resin. Going to add a little bit more to all of these and let it hopefully sink down on the sides and fill in all those spaces. And again, I want there to be a little bit of extra resin on top. Obviously, you know, part of this is already cured, so there's not as much area for there to be air bubbles that get squished down really small, but still I want a little bit of extra resin for all those air bubbles that are going to end up on the sides. Alright. We'll let those sit for a little while longer. Again, let all the air hopefully rise to the surface. Yeah, I have... So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do a set of fate dice for this instead. I was originally going to do a 7-piece set, but I don't have quite enough resin, so we're going to do a set of fate dice instead. I'm going to do about 20 milliliters. How much do I have? I have about 20 milliliters, so a little bit less than all of this, into a very, very light green color. I want to keep just a little bit in here for those ones over there that require the clear, so that I have a little bit left to add a little bit more to the tops as more air bubbles make themselves known. There's always a piece of cat hair just hanging out. Alright. Yeah, we've still got a little bit of resin in there. There should be plenty. Still have some resin in here. Not a lot, but enough. And like I said, I want this to be a very, very light green. So I'm going to use my moss green. It's a very... Oh, you hit it up? Alright, have a good night, Bosun. Thanks for stopping by. It's not very dark. It has like kind of a more muted tone to it, which I think will work well for the sort of jade look that we're going for. I'm probably going to add a little bit more white too. So actually, it kind of looks like jade all on its own like this. That's kind of funny. Actually, maybe I won't add more white. I think it's probably opaque enough, and the rock is not actually all that opaque. Like it is. Like you can't see through it, but you can still see light through it. So it's translucent, yeah. Transparent, you can see through it. Translucent, you can see light through it. I had to stop there and think for a second. I'm like, wait, what's the difference? I don't remember, but I do remember. So we're gonna do this, and then we will. I don't think I even need this one. We're gonna add like some drops of some various colors on top of here, and pour it in. And I was originally thinking of doing like the really dark green and stuff, but I like how that moss looks, and I want to try out this pearl that I have. So I haven't actually tried this out in anything yet. So we're going to try a drop of pearl alcohol ink. See how it looks. Ooh, I'll add a couple drops, because they're not very big. So there's the pearl. I maybe added too much. That's okay. And then I might just add another drop of the moss, because I like how that looked. We'll do that, and I'm going to add a drop of a brighter green as well. We'll try this one. Oops. Should I add the dark green? Should I add the dark green? I just set that in some resin. That's all sticky now. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I try adding a drop of the dark green as well, or should I just leave it at these? I don't know. Here, I'll wait to hear from you guys on that one. I mix up my other colors over here while if you guys have an opinion or while I decide. I'll mix these up. This is my white gold. It's white and then it has a gold shimmer to it. Let's see if you can. Yeah, you can kind of see. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see the gold shimmer in there. It looks a lot more gold in person. I have a set of, man, it's so hard to take photos of dice with this kind of shimmer to it. I have a set that was in my shop, but the listing timed out basically. So I still have the set of dice. And man, like in person they're really pretty, but it's so hard to take photos of them because they have this color where it's like white with like gold shimmer, and they have one I have that is white with purple shimmer. And so like, you know, they just look like white dice. They're not in my shop anymore. Cleric, I think they were cleric dice. But I think 2 drops purple, 1 drop black, if I remember correctly. But no, they just look like white dice, kind of shimmery white dice. But like in person, they're like swirls of like they're white, and then you get any light on them, and they're just swirls of purple and gold. And it's just like, man, I feel like people would be more interested in these if I could actually take a good photo of them. Alright. Making a very, very dark purple. That's the goal here. Alright, this is getting a little bit thicker. I need a little bit more purple in here. It's kind of a bluish color. This black that I have is kind of a cold, like a cooler black, so it has kind of more of a blue tint to it, which is fairly common with blacks. Like I feel like a lot of blacks have kind of a blue tint to them because it makes it look blacker. It's kind of funny. Like if you add a little bit of, yeah, I'm trying to make a really dark purple. So I'm mixing a black with a purple. I'm holding it up in front of my face so that I can see through it, see the light through it, so I can see what color it actually looks. This might be good. That might be good. No, but like, if you want black to look darker, you add a little bit of blue to it, and if you want white to look whiter, you add a little bit of blue to it, which is just kind of funny. And then we're gonna add some of that. All right. But yes, do you guys think I should add the dark green? Anybody have any opinion on whether I should add the dark green or not? We're going to add a little bit of dark green. All right. We're going to do it. We're just going to see. We'll see what happens. All right. And hopefully these will end up looking jade-like. You know, actually, these might end up looking jade-like. These might end up good. Hopefully I have enough resin here, though. Yeah, these are going to be kind of subtle, I think, but like in a good way. I think these are going to end up like very nice and subtle. Might have to help these out a little bit and get the resin in there. All right. That's fine. Just because of how these are, like if one side doesn't have as much swirl, that'll be fine. Need to make sure I get enough resin in all of these though. So like I said, I want them to be like a little bit domed, have a little bit of extra resin. Not like a ton. Yes, I did make my molds. I do have a VOD of making those on, I have a YouTube channel where I have all my VODs. But, yes, so I got masters made. I don't know how familiar you are with the process of making your own dice molds, but basically I had someone 3D print out a set of dice for me with my logo and everything on them. And then I took those, polished them, sanded them, and made silicone molds. I have giant things of silicone. I should show you. I have like gallon jugs of part A and part B, and I recently got a second thing of it. I've made so many molds. But yes, I did make my molds. It's nice because it allows for more customization, but it is also it's one of those things. Oh, I didn't actually post it there. I should. It's just Human Disaster VODs. I should put that in my about page. I didn't even think about that. It's one of those things where, like, I only really started having them listed publicly fairly recently. So I was just doing it as an archive, and I'm like, I might as well just have this, people can find them if they want to. But, and it is missing a few that I missed. Twitch only saves videos for 14 days, so I have to export them in that time. And there's a couple that I forgot about, but let's put this over here. Cool. I think these might actually turn out pretty cool. Let's see if I can show you. I think they're going to end up looking kind of jade-like. Kind of hard with all the glare there to show you. Alright, have a good night, Omar. Thanks for stopping by. getting a little bit late. Oh, okay, alright, let's do our last dirty pour over here. And then we'll do any other little bits and bobs that I have to do with the leftover resin. So these ones, we're going to do another dirty pour, which is going to be very similar to what we just did. Although in this case, I'm going to be putting kind of different colored resins together instead of putting different colored inks on top of a single colored resin. It does kind of a slightly different effect, I feel like. Putting the resins together like this, I feel like ends up with almost softer swirls. Like I don't know, the swirls end up being a little bit more muddled together, which is fine. It's kind of, you know, what I want. But a little bit of this. There's kind of our wine color, and then we're gonna add some of our dark purple color. It looks black there, but once we have it in here, it should hopefully start to look a little bit more purple. It's very, very dark. And then I'm actually gonna do just a little bit of black ink, just a little tiny bit, because the inks kind of do more of like streaks and striations, and then these will mix a little bit more, like I was saying. So I'm gonna pour that into our D20. This is getting a little bit thicker. I'm getting closer to the end of my work time. So yeah. That happens. It gets thicker and thicker as I go on. Like, you have a certain amount of time to work with the resin. So I usually cut it fairly close. And part of that is just because I'm doing 3 different designs, although in this case I did even more different designs, all at the same time. Just because it takes time to move from one pigment to another and get all that stuff figured out. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting very thick. I'm definitely towards the end of my work time. So let's get these done fairly quick, if we can. So I'm just going to gloop some in here. We're just going to go for it. If they all end up slightly different from each other, that's fine. They all have the same colors here. They should be fine. Alright. A little bit of black ink on there. Just trying to get that spread out. Let's see here. What color? Pour some of that into our D12. That one's ending up kind of dark. That's fine. And then I'll go back to the D20 here, and if I have any extra resin here, fill that up. Man, yeah, it's so thick. Remelt. Oh, the resin? No, not really. I do have a lot of resin scrap. I'm always looking for ideas for things to do with that, to be fair. But no, it's plastic. When I have a final dye, no. But to be fair, usually even if it turns out not how I expected it to, it still ends up being something. But I do have some dice that just fail. I got rid of quite a few of them fairly recently because someone was making a table out of like miscast dice, which is cool. But I personally don't really have anything I do with the miscast dice. I do have, yeah, it turns into plastic, so there's not really a good way to I don't know, recycle's not the right word. I guess recycle. It's not really a good way to reuse the resin once it's been turned into the plastic. Okay. But that is why I hold on to all my resin scrap, because I do want, you know, it is plastic. I don't want to just toss it, and I have quite a bit of it. I would like to use it in something. I've used it in some dice before. I'll cut it up into little pieces, and like, you know, then use that to make more dice. But you always end up with some scrap, I feel like. Just because you have a little bit of overflow and all that sort of stuff. Alright, let's do the rest of these. Man, I think these are going to turn out pretty, even if they don't turn out like all with the same streaks of color in the same way in them. I just like these colors together. They're so, I don't know, nebulous, but like in an actual like nebula sort of way. I don't know how to describe the colors here, but like let's see if I can show you. Can you see? Yeah, you can just kind of see the colors there. They're so shimmery. And I like the like wine and the dark purple together. Good color choices. Yeah, I got the design idea here from a commission set that I'm working on. If you've just tuned in and are watching, I have a set that I'm in the process of working on. I have a couple here that I'm doing, and I made a D4 for that set with these colors. I think let's just put, and I really liked how it turned out, so I'm using the same colors to make just a full set of dice because I thought the colors look really good together. Let's add a little bit. Ooh, yeah, it's getting very, very thick. I'm definitely nearing the end of my work time. Once I get these poured, we'll get the lids on, and then I will probably call it a night while I go put them into the pressure pot, just because it's easier, I think, to get all the pressure pot stuff figured out after the stream. So we're still working on these, but then just a heads up, that's where we'll call things is after we get the lids on. Let's go here. I switched over from the D8 to the D6 because I wanted some of the white in both of them, and I was not going to get any in the D8 if I continued the way I was going. It had just the dark purple and the red. So we'll switch back and forth a little bit. What's the pressure pot for? So I put these in the pressure pot, and I put these under pressure while they are curing. And it takes all of the bubbles that are inside of the dice and it squishes them down really, really small until you can't even see them. And so it makes it so that I don't have a whole bunch of air bubbles in my resin, which is good for dice because you don't want a whole bunch of air bubbles at the top that are making your dice uneven. And also if I'm doing something that's like clear, it makes them look really nice and clear. That's really the main thing. That's part of the reason that I add a little bit of extra resin to these, like I have them overflow just a little bit, is because I need a little bit of extra resin to fill up the space where those air bubbles were. But no, it really makes the dice look good. Prevents all those air bubbles. Alright, let's use the last little bit of this. Yeah, I had done a little bit of resin stuff before I started making dice, just a little bit. And now that I have used a pressure pot, it's like I can't go back, which is actually a problem because for like the phone grips that I've been making, I can't fit my phone grip mold in the pressure pot, and so I'm just like, oh, bubbles. I don't want any little air bubbles. And that's purely for cosmetic reasons in that case. For the dice, you know, I don't want bubbles for balancing reasons, but when it comes to other things now, it's just like, man, having crystal clear resin is so nice. It just looks so good. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's not like necessary for resin working, but I feel like it adds to the quality. Adds to the quality of what I'm making. Alright, let's see if I use this last little bit. I'm just going to keep that in there. Yeah. Alright, let's add our dark purple. and get this all in here. Try and get these all poured. Do our last little drop of black. Trying to get all of the colors into all of these. I think we're okay there. Man, it's so thick. So thick. Okay. Trying to. I don't want to overfill them so much that I don't have enough resin for everything else though. Okay. Alright, last here's the D2. Yeah, I don't know, there's so much that I've learned in the process of making dice. That was what I was going to mention too, about making molds, is like, in the process of learning how to make dice, I've learned so many like other sort of skills that aren't just the dice. Like, making molds is a skill on its own, and it's just like, I never would have learned how to do that probably if I hadn't started making dice. It's like, that's a useful skill that is tied to dice, but isn't actually making dice. I mean, technically you wouldn't have to make your own molds. I think you can buy them and stuff, but you know, I wanted to be able to do, one, I wanted a lot of molds because, you know, I use them so much, and two, I wanted to be able to customize things how I wanted to. Let's put some on here. Cool. Excellent, I had like just enough resin. Oh, I didn't have quite enough for the keycap. That's okay. We'll do the keycap. Oh, well, actually, here, we'll do the keycap in these colors. We'll do our light pink. And then we'll do our bright pink. Yeah, do our bright pink. And then we will do our wine color. And I don't know how full I need to fill this. To be honest, I think that's probably full enough because it has a little bit of an indent here. So that might be good. And this one, let me squish down. Yep, I think that's enough. It looks like there's some going up here. I'm gonna add a little tiny bit to the top here. So if it needs to, it can pull some down these holes. Alright, cool. So we do actually have that. Alright, cool. We have everything here. Let me spritz everything down again. Again, this is just rubbing alcohol to try and break the surface tension a little bit. I have extra resin here. I will be using that in just a second. Let me, these have bubbles on top. Let me set these off to the side for just a moment. We're going to start putting the lids on some of the other ones so we can stack these. Because I'll be putting these on top of some of the other dice that I have over here. So we have our jade. We'll see how our jade ones turn out. I'm kind of excited. I think they might turn out well. Popping a bubble there manually. And just put our lid on. I don't want to press down too much either, because again, I want that extra resin there. So if I were to squish it down, I would squish out all of that extra resin that I want to be there. Alright, let's see here. Our sprinkled D2 is looking good. Yeah, that one has quite a bit of extra resin, so that one I'm going to probably put underneath something else because it's kind of all squishing out. D6, looks like it has enough resin. Yeah, I want to make sure that I don't want to squish it down, but I want to make sure that the lids are where they need to be and aren't going to move around too much. Yeah, just going around kind of making sure there's no giant air gaps or anything that I can see. pop bubbles on the lid and the like. Alright, let's see it. Let's see, I think that's this one. Yeah, I'm hopeful that these sprinkle ones turn out. I think I mentioned, I tried doing sprinkle dice before, and I tried just doing them like dice and not with the blank inserts, which is how these are. They have, I did like a blank die that had the sprinkles in it, and then I put those inside of these dice that have the numbers. I tried doing them just as dice before, and I ran into an issue because when I wanted to try and sand the dice, it sanded off part of the sprinkles, which just, you know, kind of messed with the whole integrity of the dice. So I'm hoping that this works a little bit better, and actually has the what's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't have like too many air gaps or anything in it, because that would be, it'd be unfortunate. Alright, there's our D20. This one has a big bubble. 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 There's quite a bit of resin here though. I think that we can fill that in. Let's not fill it in with random scraps of other resin. That's not what we want. We want all the new resin. Alright, there's our D8. And make sure the lid is in the right spot, but not squish it down too much. Alright, here's our D12 for that commission set. So it has a feather and black smoke in it. Don't see any huge air bubbles or anything, so we'll put the lid on that. Here's our D4. It has some air bubbles on top, I think. There we go, we got them. And we'll be okay. Yeah, even if there does end up being a little bit of an air bubble in one of these, I might be able to fill it in with a little bit of resin after the fact, which is not ideal, but that is something that is possible to do in some cases. Some cases it's just like, this is kind of a lost cause, but sometimes it'll just be like a little tiny bubble that I can fill in with some UV resin, or a bigger gap that I can just fill in with some like leave it in the mold and fill it in with some resin. Here's that one that has the feathers in it, and there's a feather piece trying to escape. Get back in there, mold. Yeah. Oh well. It insists on being difficult. Alright. There we go. And we have our keycap. It already has the lid on. We'll put that on here as well. You can see I'm starting to stack things here. I'm going to spritz these down. There's a few air bubbles that have started coming to the surface. Hopefully those will pop. I've still got a bit of, oh, I also have these over here with the mushrooms that we did earlier. I usually will try to wedge these between a couple, let's see if I can get this so you can see. I usually try to wedge them between a couple of molds so that they stay upright. I don't want like any of the other resin to get in there, but I want those to stay upright. So let's see if we can do some wedging. Nope, that's too close to some of the purple resin, so I'll figure out a spot for those in a moment. That and this one, which that's dry now. Oops. Well, I just need a little bit of resin to get in there and kind of fill in that little gap. That wasn't quite what I was going for, but that's fine. Set that there as well. So I do have some extra resin. I'm trying to get a bunch of little crystals made for a another order this one had. I'm gonna fill these in where I can. Yeah, not with cat hair if at all possible. I mean, you know, there's always going to be cat hair. I always have cat hair somewhere. Alright, so there's that. Let's get some crystals made here. And I'll kind of pile this on and let it hopefully work its way while I put the lids on to these other ones over here. Yeah, there's some pretty colors here though. Alright, I do also want to make like a spare crystal D4. I like to send along little bonus crystal D4s with when people order like a 7-piece set of dice. So I use them as my dump molds quite often, just for any leftover resin I have to make those just individual D4s. Once I am done making the crystals for the one person that ordered them, I'll probably go back to making just some random dice too. I have a box of just individual random dice, and I use that for if people order. I have a listing in my store for what's the word for it? Raw mismatched sets, mystery sets, and so I just have a whole bunch of spare individual dice that I use for that. Also, sometimes I've made a couple of sets where it's just mismatched sets. I have a couple that are in my containers back there to sand and do. And so, you know, it's nice to have lots of options for those as well. It's just kind of fun. I don't know, the mismatched sets are fun. I don't think I've sold a set of mismatched dice yet, except for the raw ones, but I don't know, I'm having fun making them, so I'm just going to continue to do it. Just trying to figure out like how to make things match with like a theme or their colors or patterns. Like, I don't know, there's just something fun about that. It's like kind of like a puzzle again. Trying to get everything to line up together so that they're not all too similar or too different. Alright, there's that. Press that a little bit more. Alright. So I have just a little bit. Oh, I still have some clear resin here too. Darn it. Maybe just make some nice dark green resin. Just make some dark green, some clear dark green resin. I'm going to make a spare fate die because I like to send extras of those when people order fate dice sets. And then we'll turn some of this into crystals as well. See, it's very, very thick now. I'm at the end of my work time. But that's the way it goes. Yeah, probably shouldn't have mixed this so vigorously. Like, it's really easy to mix a whole bunch of air in. And yes, I'm going to be putting them in a pressure pot. And that's going to squish all the little tiny bubbles down really, really small. But if there's a lot of bubbles or some big bubbles, those might just turn into gaps, which I don't actually want. Alright. So let's fill these in as best as we can. And we'll call that good. Alright, let's put these lids on and get these all stacked up. Oops. 20. yeah, trying to get everything done in my, I don't know, I wouldn't say that I work slow necessarily, but I kind of work slow. So at some point I will probably get a bunch of designs figured out that I like for dice, and I'll start making like multiples of those designs. Like I have a few sets that I really like. I'm like, oh, I should make more of these. And there's some that I have made multiples of. And once I start doing that, it'll probably be easier to make more dice because I'll just do all of the same kind at once. You know, I can do 3 sets a lot quicker if they're all the same design. But for now, I'm having fun, just messing around and seeing what all I can make. And I always want to continue to do that. Like that's the fun of this. The fun of this is trying new things and seeing what can be done. But at the same time, at some point, you know, I might go for some ease of use and do things that for making as many as possible type thing. Just because, you know, it's nice to have something that's a little bit easier to do, I suppose. This has air bubbles. No, fine. I'm just going to manually pop those. Yep, oops. This is at the end of its work time. Oh, goodness. Oh. That's kind of wobbly. Alright. I do want to get these in here and kind of sandwich so that they'll stay upright. Alright, there's that. I do have this round one. It might stay upright a little bit better. It has kind of a nice flatter bottom. I've got these here full of bubbles. I'm going to try and use this last little bit of resin if I can. I don't want to have extra resin if I can prevent it. I don't know. I don't want to waste it. I don't like making waste. Alright. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted because I am very much at the end of my work time here. Alright, that's cleared out. And I'm going to go down the line here and get as much out of these as we can. Okay, that's that. Yeah, so I'm just going to fill these in and then we'll be all set to go. So I am probably going to wrap things up here. So thank you all for coming and hanging out. I do stream every Wednesday and Saturday. Every Wednesday night is 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, just like tonight. And then Saturday is at noon Pacific Standard Time. That changed, so, you know, I don't know if people are used to it being at the old time, but yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out. I do have a Discord. It's in the About section. So if you ever want to just come chat arts and crafts or show off what you're working on, or talk D&D, that seems to be the things that we talk about in my Discord. You know, feel free to come hang out there. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll just fill in these last few crystals and we'll be good to go. And I'm gonna rush to get these in the pressure pot. Because, oh, they're so sticky. Yeah, so sticky. Yes. Yeah, I'm glad you could come hang out. I'm glad you could make it. I'm gonna do this last little bit of pink right here, and I think that'll be everything. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's a pretty chill Discord. Pretty chill Discord. Like I said, mostly arts and crafts and D&D talk in there. So I'd love to see the sewing and painting stuff that you've been working on, if you've done anything lately, even if it hasn't been lately. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna get these last couple of lids on, but I think we'll just wrap things up for now. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I can see you guys on Saturday. We're gonna do some painting, and that'll be at noon Pacific Standard Time. Hopefully I can see you there. Bye!